Shalom, Kal Halal, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and rule well. Salutation and citations to the brothers out there that are laboring and pushing this truth in truth and in sincerity and in charity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. To you I say Shalom, to the Akim and to the Akwaf. That will be you brothers and sisters, Adawan Ratazah. That is to say, Lord willing, hopefully by the end of this lesson, you'll be edified. This is your brother Amawan Ibad from the GMS Miami camp, Heralds of Yahweh Shai 144. Back again with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, to feed the lambs of Yahweh Shai as commanded. And I'm going to entitle this lesson, AI Take Over. Millions of jobs going to be lost. Okay? Once again, the title for this lesson is AI Take Over. Millions of jobs going to be lost to AI, okay? So with that being said, what sparked this lesson was when I was before I leave out of the house this morning, right before I leave, I was watching something on Good Morning America. Right when I was about to turn the TV off and head out, I see this thing come on Good Morning America. It was talking about how it's going to be a job market bloodbath. That's the term it used. Okay? It says how, millions of jobs are going to be lost to AI. All right? So when I saw that, I was leaving out the door and the spirit hit me. I just knew that was going to be my lesson for the day. So, I pull up the article. Go to Google real quick and pull up the article. I found it here on CBS News. And they have a video. We're going to let the video play. It's the same one I saw on the TV this morning. And I got the article on that job report, which I did a video on that about day before yesterday, I believe it was, with those 106,000 black women, so-called black women, that were laid off, man, lost their jobs. Okay, so we're in that time where it's not many, ain't gonna be many jobs, man. The grinding is ceasing because, they are few. Okay, so let's get into the video real quick, and I'm gonna read a little bit about the article, and we're gonna get some scriptures, and Lord willing, by the end of this lesson, you'll be edified. So let's start off here with the video real quick. Let me turn off the notification. Let me set this up here. Let me get it to where it needs to be, and then I'll put my disclaimer up real quick. Let's pause that there, and let's put up let's get a quick disclaimer. All right, so let me put up my disclaimer real quick. I don't own this article nor the video, okay? But fair use, Copyright Act of 1976 under Section 107. All right, fair use is permitted for things like commentary, criticism, news reporting, all right, things of that nature. I'm not gaining nor benefiting from this. I'm not profiting from this. This is just for educational purposes. So, disclaimer, quick disclaimer, fair use, all right, fair use, Copyright Act of 1976. So we're going to let a piece of this run. Okay, so, all right, let's do this real quick. Let's turn back on the notification so you will be able to hear the video. And we're going to let it play. All right, let's hit this button right here.
A blunt new warning for American workers. Artificial intelligence is about to wipe out millions of jobs. One expert says a bloodbath is looming. So we asked, what, if anything, can workers do now to protect their careers? This morning, a major tech CEO is sounding the alarm about the technology he's spearheading. Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei, the head of the company behind AI model Claude 4, has a blunt warning, telling the website Axios half of all entry-level, white-collar jobs could be wiped out by artificial intelligence within 5 years, potentially driving the unemployment rate up to 20%. He says industries most at risk include law, marketing, tech, and finance.
These new generative AI technologies pose a real risk to early career knowledge jobs.
In recent months, AI has shown stunning capabilities, from generating hyper-realistic fake videos to diagnosing rare diseases through data analysis. The state Supreme Court in Arizona is even using AI-powered avatars to act as reporters and summarize court rulings.
My AI colleague Daniel and I will be bringing you regular updates.
AI's rapid rise could bring real benefits, but also real disruption. The people most likely to be hit first, young, college-educated workers in their first jobs, before they've built experience or seniority.
Who don't yet have the work experience to be a sort of a manager of a team of AI agents.
Some major companies already downsizing. Walmart cutting 1,500 corporate jobs, part of a technology-led restructuring. Microsoft laying off 6,000, saying it's aligning for the AI era. So how can you protect your career? Experts say double down on what AI struggles with, making human connections and doing things in person.
If you can do your job locked in a closet with a computer, those are the things that are more worrying for AI. Things that have to be in person and really with people tend to be safer.
And learn to work with AI, not against it.
It's really important that you've mastered your craft, your area of expertise, augmented by this technology.
Anthropic's CEO is pushing lawmakers to get up to speed on AI and urgently look at ways to regulate this technology. A blunt new warning for American workers. Artificial intelligence is about...
See what they call it? Job market bloodbath. All right, job market bloodbath. So yeah, hey, we in that time, man. Ain't gonna be no work for Egypt. Okay. Now I did a video on this one, as I said, about a day or two ago, with those black women being laid off. Okay, April jobs report: black women lost 106,000 extra jobs, most among all workers. All right, most among all workers. Okay, so yeah, let's read a little bit of this real quick. It says, new eye-popping data shows that it's not often cited in the nation's labor force. Fresh numbers reveal that unemployment for black workers this year is steadily rising, especially for black women. All right. It says a disturbing trend was identified in the latest information from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, BLS. Among other findings, the report disclosed that the jobless rate for black women rose to 61% in April, a full percentage point surge from 51%, Slovakia, from 51%, I should have said 6.1, not 61, Slovakia, 6.1% in April, a full percentage point surge from 5.1% in March. Reading on, it says, in contrast, the unemployment rate for white women in April was 3.3%, unchanged from March, so they didn't change. It says, and 4.6% for Hispanic women, the same as in March. It says, women and other groups generally do not face racial and gender discrimination like black women, a factor in the jobless rate discrepancy. Reading on, it says, for respective, the jump for black women was among the highest of any group and much greater than the unchanged overall 4.2% nationwide unemployment rate last month. So black women are struggling the most in this area, man. 106,000 jobs lost among black women. So these women, and we saw a video that was trending, and this woman saying how she filled out over 300 applications and still ain't getting no job. All right. So she says she beginning to feel like it's all by design, and she says she's starting to panic for the very first time. All right. It says, reading on, it says black women saw their unemployment climb by 106,000 in April. All right. So it says, according to the digital platform HBCU Money, the number of black women employed is at a 5-month low, and the number of unemployed is at a 5-month high. So yeah, it says concurrently the overall black unemployment rate rose to 6.3% in April from 6.2% in March, reflecting the third straight monthly rise and the highest surge since January for black men. Unemployment in April was 5.6%, down from 6.1% in March. It says the BLS reported that the overall economy added 177,000 jobs in April. So we get the point of it, man. All right. They say a job market bloodbath is coming because of AI, man. And this is where the world headed. They're bringing all this technology, okay, and it's going to take away a lot of jobs. All right, it's going to take away a whole lot of jobs, man. Okay, so let's get a couple of scriptures real quick, and we could bring this lesson to a close. All right, let's get a couple of precepts. All right, we could start here. All right, because it was prophesied in the end times that ain't gonna be no work for Egypt, man. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 15. So it says, and this is speaking of America. All right, this Egypt and this precept right here. All right, it's speaking of spiritual Egypt, which is America, okay? It says, according to Revelation chapter 11 and verse 8, all right? It says, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, code name for America, which the head or tail branch or rush may do. So this is future prophecy, that when these times that we're in right now, hey, the Lord say you're going to take away the staff of bread, man. Okay, we're going to get that. I'm going to read it in the NLT. Isaiah chapter 19 verse 15. There is nothing Egypt can do. All are helpless. All right. 106,000 black women laid off, can't find work. Okay. Look what they've been doing with these jobs, cutting these jobs and cutting these programs. It says there is nothing Egypt can do. All are helpless. The head and the tail, the noble palm branch and the lowly reed. So, yeah, man, a lot of people are going to catch hell without jobs. Okay? Not having a job, it ain't going to be easy to pay them bills. Right? But that's where it's all headed. Because remember, they say they want you. Remember what they say? They want you to, they say you this guy Klaus, Mr. Schwab, say you'll own nothing and be happy, man. All right, let's get the next precept. Let's go to let's stay in the book of Isaiah, and let's get what it is, Isaiah chapter 3. This is Isaiah chapter 3, yes, and verse 1. So it says, for behold, the Lord of hosts doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread, and the whole stay of water. So, yeah, remember Jerusalem is the people before it's a place, okay? And the Lord say He gonna start to remove these things, man. You know, all of these women that must have these college degree, because they brag and say all the time, say black woman is the most educated woman in the country. That's what they say. They got these degrees and they tell you how they don't need a man and they're independent, they could do it all by themselves, right? But now you're starting to lose these jobs, right? How you going to do without a job? Because the one lady in that video, she said she applied for over 300 jobs, okay? And she said she's not the only one in that case. So to the point that she's starting to feel like it's by design. So reading on Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 1, it says, For behold, the Lord of hosts, do take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water. Let me read it in the NLT. It says, the Lord of heaven's armies, will take away from Jerusalem and Judah everything they depend on. Okay? Even your job. Everything they depend on. Every bit of bread, every drop of water. See, it's the time that we're coming into. See? So it would behoove you to consider the Lord, man, in these times. Okay? I'm going to end in the book of Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter. I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, Remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. So you have to remember the Lord, to seek him early. Verse 2, While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. All right, this is the point. Verse 3, it says, In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, right? Meaning the jobs. Okay? It says, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. See, the future look gloomy. All right, AI take over. Millions of jobs going to be lost to AI. Okay, now that's artificial intelligence, man. All right, that job report. Okay, it's that CEO. Okay, he say it's going to be a job market bloodbath, man. So a lot of people are going to be out of work. A lot of people out of work at the moment as we speak. So you can imagine that. Verse 4 says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. And we remember that during the 2020 shutdown, all right, the Royal Crown 19, when you couldn't move about and you had to go walk 6 feet and wear a mask and all this stuff, all right? You couldn't go nowhere like that. The daughters of music were brought low. You couldn't go to no concert, no shows. Everything was locked down, man. And guess what? The scripture speaks about pestilence, so it's going to happen all over again. Yeah, so it is what it is, man. Let me read it real quick in the NLT. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 3. It says, Remember him before your legs, the gods of your house start to tremble, and before your shoulders, the strong men stoop. Remember him before your teeth. It says, Your few remaining servants stop grinding, and before your eyes, the woman looking through the windows see dimly. Yeah, the future look dim, man. Okay, verse 4, Remember him before the door to life's opportunities is closed. Remember the Lord, and the sound of work fades, like it's doing right now, because all right, the AI takeover is on, man. Millions of jobs are going to be lost to AI. Job market bloodbath. That's what the CEO said. It says, remember him before the doors of life's opportunity is closed, and the sound of the work fades. Now you rise at the first chirping of the birds, but then all their sounds will grow faint. So, hey, seek the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near, man. All right? Let the Lord be your strength in that day, but you got to seek him from now. So, yeah, I'm going to end the lesson there, Lord, willing you are edified, giving all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. That be honest to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and rule well. Salutation and salutations to the brothers out there that are laboring and pushing this truth and in sincerity and in charity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. With that, until the next time, Shalom.